It's so important for Black and brown founders to just re-examine the way that we look at the VC space, because we don't know what we don't know. There's some myths that need to be busted so that we can get the confidence that we need to reach the goals that we have. The first thing that I think entrepreneurs should think about, or a myth that needs to be busted, is really recognizing that VCs aren't doing us a favor, right? We're the ones that are doing the work to provide them outsized returns. And I feel many of us, including myself early in my journey, we view VCs as handing out to us, giving us the smallest amount possible that we could raise. And the venture process is significantly more challenging. You know, when you have the mindset of VCs doing you a favor, is counterproductive for a lot of founders of color to be able to scale and grow. If I'm going to be the one doing the work to build this company to provide returns for these VCs, you know, I look at them as partners, you know, and as a partner in my business, I want them to help me raise the funding that I need to truly build the team and the processes necessary to build a large and scalable business. Another misconception that many founders feel, you got to raise capital to get traction first. I need money to build a product, to get sales, to hire the team, to generate traction. You don't have to do that. Even before you raise capital, it's so much easier to get VCs interested in who you are and what you're building if they see other people and entities are also just as interested. And that extra step really helps, one, de-risk your venture even more for a lot of VCs, because they now know that the founder is willing to put in the work. Even without capital, you've been able to get people to be interested in your product and service. So it makes it easier for the VCs to cut checks, because now you're building a solution for a customer base or for interested parties that want your service. One of the other myths that is actually not a myth, it's completely true, is when you go to VCs for investment, be ready for advice. But if you go to VCs for advice, it is likely you can find a way to get investment. The same way you go to prospective customers to get their feedback on how to develop and build your product, going to VCs for advice about the way you see the market works in a very similar manner. So imagine you have a conversation with a VC in January about this product you're thinking about talking about, and you're having early conversations with prospective customers. And 3 to 6 months later, you now have letters of intent from those same customers that the VC has now helped you, glean information on, to build your business and build your product. They invest so that they can help. VCs are pretty important for the Black tech ecosystem at large because they're holding the checks. VCs hold the keys to the kingdom, a lot of amazing networks, a lot of amazing partnerships. One of these days, I hope to be sitting across the table, cutting bigger checks. Right now, I'm an angel investor, and I definitely have fun investing in other startups. But I recognize that when you get to those larger stages, the Series A, Series B, Series C's, you see fewer and fewer people, of color and of diverse backgrounds, that you can have conversations with that might understand the pain points of our communities the way we do. But imagine how much easier it gets when you have VCs that have also lived many of those same pain points and recognize the opportunity that's available, to them from founders of color, that can really get out there and create solutions in communities and industries that they haven't even thought of.